All right, Hal, thanks a lot. Bringing back our distinguished panel here, Leo Terrell and Areva Martin. Did it look like that woman was in any way interfering with that investigation?
No, let me be clear. That was a crime. That officer committed a crime.
It was a crime.
He committed a crime. He destroyed property. This woman did nothing. I'll tell you something else. Those other officers, we were talking off screen about good officers. Those other officers should have stopped that guy and said, stop that. Because there were other officers closer to that woman who did not see her as a threat. And that is the big problem right there, that officer committed a crime.
It looked like there was some talking back and forth between the woman and the marshals.
You see how aggressive he got? I mean, he grabs it, he kicks the phone, and what we know from the Southgate Police Department is that they are trying very hard to distance themselves from the marshals. They've come out and made it very clear that that was not one of their officers, that they knew about this activity that was taking place with respect to the warrants, but that was not their officer. They want that to be clear. And I like something the chief said. The chief says, if you're going to do this job of policing, you better be prepared to be taped and photographed, because people are on the streets with their cell phones and they're taping. So how can you be an officer out there doing what he's doing and expect not to be videotaped?
Or taunted.
But because you're on the sidewalk. First Amendment, right to speak, right to express yourself, right to use your phone. And that woman did nothing wrong. She was perfectly within her constitutional right to videotape and to talk. And the fact that there was other officers closer, the fact that this guy came across and was angry, shows you that this guy is somebody who should not be on the streets.
I'm not defending that officer's behavior at all, but when you do see her shouting something at them, holding a camera up, you know, she obviously was, you know, taunting them by saying, I don't feel safe leaving the camera. I do think that, though, well, my question to you is, she does have a constitutional right to be there. It is a public sidewalk. But when are you interfering with police work and when?
I think that's an important point, Lauren, and we should talk about the fact that you have the right to videotape, you have the right to be there and to observe what's going on. You don't have the right to interfere with a police investigation, with them serving the warrant. And the question is going to be distance. How far was she from where they were serving that warrant?
And secondly, Lauren, people protest all the time. We have people protesting in the streets, and officers are trained to allow this to occur. They're not supposed to get agitated by that. But in that situation there, it was clear that there was two other officers right next to her. They didn't see her as a threat. They didn't see her interfering. This guy came from left field, and you saw the type of demeanor he had. He was out of control. That officer committed a crime, and those other officers failed to take corrective action.
And what didn't he want the public to see? That's always the question. If you're out there doing your job, doing the way that you've been trained to do, then what's the big secret? This is a public event that's happening on a public street. But I don't know what he's trying to hide.
What I find interesting is it wasn't her camera, but another camera that
captured
this video.
So are you going to take all the cameras of everyone on the streets?
So here we go. Like, it seems like every story we do now that turns into a controversy is something that is videotaped.
And that is the
really
beauty
has to change policing.
And that is going to change police departments throughout the country. The iPhones, the smartphones are going to change because officers know now they no longer have that advantage of credibility. It's let's go to the tape first before we believe you, Mr. Officer.
And we're already seeing it. We're seeing officers that have been indicted in Los Angeles, in Detroit, in Chicago, in Oklahoma, in South Carolina because of videotapes that were taken that might not have happened had we not had that videotape.
They wouldn't have happened at all.